This is Rod, live within your means. And you know when it's going to freeze like it is tonight here in the Intermountain West where we are located, and it is October the 9th. And let me tell you, it is going to freeze and possibly snow tonight. It said it's a 50% chance of snow. And these are the kind of things that were out in the garden and actually in our neighbor's garden also. So this is a Queensland blue squash. Here's a couple of butternut squashes, a little cantaloupe, and not to mention a bunch of peppers. There were also some cucumbers. And you'll notice, look at these tomatoes. Some of these tomatoes are ripe enough that they can be used, a little bit split and a little bit eaten, some of them, but others are not ripe yet. They're going to be ripe in the next, say, some of these will be ripe in the next few days. Some of them might be ripe in the next week. Others may not be ripe for a couple of weeks, and yet others here might not be ripe for several weeks. But if you bring them in, they will ripen. And depending upon how warm the room is where they're at, determines how quickly they may ripen. But then you can continue to use those tomatoes. I've actually used tomatoes in December that I picked in October that had them in a cold room, and they continued to ripen, over the course of several weeks. One really important thing: if you see someone's produce out and it's going to waste, and in this case, when you know it's going to freeze, we have some wonderful neighbors, the Kreskis, who had a big garden full of lots of stuff, including these peppers and these tomatoes, and not to mention cantaloupe over here. I saw that it was going to freeze in a few hours. It was not, there's probably 25 minutes before it was going to be dark, at the most a half hour. And I asked them, hey, would you mind if I came and picked the stuff that you are not going to be able to pick? And Sister Kreski said, you bet, go ahead. And so, believe it or not, I was able to pick with my wife probably over 70 pounds of tomatoes, and I was able to go and give most of those away to people that will also use them. And I took them to some of the homes that I thought were not huge homes and people that would probably be more likely to use them. And that way those things don't go to waste. And the neighbors had worked hard to grow a much bigger garden than we grew, and they were happy to let someone else pick those, which made me, of course, very happy to pick them and give away a bunch that we didn't think we would be able to use, because we may not want to bottle those and put all those up right now. And I just thought this is an opportunity to give those to other people that will use them without a whole lot of effort on our part, and just had to take them around to some people after picking them. And anyway, this is Rod. Live within your means. When you see things going to waste, please, get them. Even if it's not for yourself, you can get those things. Don't be afraid to ask people, and you can get those and make life a little better for somebody else. Anyway, Rod, live within your means. Have a wonderful evening.